everybody. This is Leslie with Now I Get It Tutoring Services, and I'm on the line with one of my oldest clients, longest running clients, Dianna, and she is going to talk about her experience of working with me and my tutors. We've worked with her son Henry. Wow, Henry's in like 11th grade now. Is that right? And we've been working with him since he was in like 7th grade, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. So it could even 6th grade. So yeah, like it's been since middle school for sure though. And then we've also worked with your other son Charlie, who is now in 9th grade, 8th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 8th grade. Okay. But initially, though, we were just working with Henry for a while, so we're going to talk more about that. So what was your initial reason for tutoring? Like, what issues were you seeing with him?
He has some very specific issues. One being processing and things like that. He needed some accommodations at school, but he needed help in planning how he was going to study. His executive functioning issues, and we found that a tutor not only could kind of feed in where he missed it in class, but also to figure out how to come up with a plan. Just have a test, 5 days.
Dianna, you're coming in and out a little bit. Can you, I don't know, like I can hear you.
I'm going to walk outside.
Okay.
Just a second.
Okay.
Let me hit the third spot. It's a problem with the cell phone at this house.
Oh, okay.
Go with me. Okay. Is this better?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
Okay, so you were saying that you were seeing executive functioning issues in terms of organization?
Yes, it's executive functioning issues, and the tutor could come in and help him plan how he was going to study for the rest of the week.
Uh-huh.
So if they had an assignment due on Friday, they could kind of map out and say, well, you need a paragraph done today, a paragraph done tomorrow, so it wouldn't be overwhelming if he could have done at original time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, and had you worked with other tutors before we came in?
We may have worked with like a teacher here and there, but not really a professional service.
Okay. And what did you think when you first met me? Because before Henry started working with Shaturia was the first tutor he worked with, but before he started working with her, and I came in and met you and Henry, what did you think of that experience?
I thought it was great. I thought it was great that we got to meet you because you were, I thought it was important that you meet us because you were going to be able to go out and find people that could work with Henry better. You know what I mean? Instead of just, I think it's easier to have a more personal relationship, especially with tutors, because sometimes when you go into, you can go into businesses and stuff, and Henry had done that before. It's just not the same thing because you sometimes get a different person every time. There are people that think it's important that someone knows your child and can work with your child because all children are different. So I think that's sort of important.
And because Henry over the years now, he's worked with several tutors, and so how has his experience been, working with the tutors that he's had since you started with us?
Well, I think it's different over your table. But for him, it's more important that he deals with someone consistently, and he's had really good experience with the tutors he's had. You've been very flexible and very accommodating, and I think, like I said, I think you know Henry.
Right. And I try to make a point to know, to really feel like I understand the child before I,
Henry needs a little more pushing than perhaps Charlie. then Charlie could probably take on anyone and be fine. And Henry needs someone who's going to learn a little bit. So that's important to know too.
Okay. And how and you kind of spoke to this already. I was going to ask, how was the experience of working with me, supervising the tutoring that was happening, like in terms of contact with me and my accessibility?
It's been fabulous. In fact, it's been fabulous. I feel like my kids, and I called up and said, "Oh my gosh, we have this test next day," especially Charlie, because he didn't need someone consistently for a while, and you were able to supply someone almost immediately, which is a big deal, because when you need a tutor, you need a tutor.
Right.
You don't need to wait 2 weeks to find someone. You need someone almost, you need someone pretty fast. So you've always been able to supply people who are very qualified that have been able to help the kids.
Awesome.
Almost immediately. So.
Awesome. And how do you feel that tutoring with us has impacted Henry's educational experience?
Oh, goodness. Well, I just think it's been a lot less stressful than it would have been. Without a tutor, as parents, you try not to get, you try to guide them and stuff like that, but it's very difficult to get involved in somebody's study.
It is.
I don't necessarily know the material myself. I don't know how it was presented. And, it's really stressful, especially if you have other children. We have 3 kids, so I can't just stop and work with Henry for 3 hours and then work with someone else for another couple hours. And I think it's just easier that you're not, I think it makes it, what is the word? It just makes for a better relationship because you're not the person sitting there with them day in and day out trying to get them to do something.
Right.
They're responsible to someone else.
Right.
And I do think that makes it easier.
Awesome. And what do you think Henry's lasting takeaways have been as a result of tutoring?
Hopefully as he matures, he will be able to, to organize and do some of the stuff people provided him for so long. He will be able to do it on his own. And I do think you have to be kind of taught that, especially if that's not something that you
naturally
initially. Like I said, he has executive functioning skills, and so organization is not his forte.
Right.
But over the years, as he has watched and as tutors have come in and helped him plan, hopefully that will carry over, even in life, as far as going to college and other things like that.
Yeah,
so.
And that's our intention, definitely. So,
right.
Yeah. Okay, and so I know now Henry doesn't do, nearly as much tutoring with us as he did before.
Right.
And so what did you think of the SAT tutoring that Henry did with us?
I thought that was great. Like I said, once again, I'm a big fan, and I think the kids are too, a big fan of having one-on-one tutoring sessions, especially for SAT, ACT prep, because there are plenty of places you can go and you can sit in a class, they need the individual attention, and there's some things that come easier to attend than others, and vice versa, and being able to concentrate areas that he needed work on instead of just sitting in a class trying to go over everything, equally, it did make sense for him. It makes more sense to do it individually, I think.
Awesome. Well, that's about it. And that's all I wanted to know. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
All right.
Good talking to you.
Good to talk to you too. Bye.
Bye.